Hello students, today we are going to begin a new chapter, chapter 17, Natural Vegetation. What is vegetation? Vegetation is an important part of human life. Without vegetation, life is not possible. It is difficult to imagine life without vegetation. Its importance has been accepted by our ancient scriptures and by modern science. So what is the importance of this vegetation? It is given in the ancient scripture and by modern science. India has a large diversity of natural vegetation. In terms of vegetation diversity, India holds 10th position in the world and 4th in Asia. So you can underline your textbooks. In the terms of vegetation diversity, India holds the 10th position in the world and 4th position in Asia. A forest is a group of trees, and those trees which grow in natural condition without human help are called forest. So what is forest? So forest means a group of trees. Then those trees which grow in natural condition without human help. So human help is not need. So without the human help, then natural vegetation is growing. So this is can called as that a forest. Next we will see that natural vegetation. The diversity in natural vegetation of India is created due to following reasons. So how this natural vegetation is happen? Because of 4 reasons are there. First one is relief features. Relief features means like a landscape area. Then second feature is that soil. Third one is temperature. Fourth one is insulation or sunshine. Then fifth one is rainfall. Sixth one is humidity. So these are the some of the reasons created the natural vegetation. Due to the diversified relief like mountain, plateaus, plain, desert, etc., a diverse pattern in vegetation is seen in India. So because of diversified relief means different types of reliefs like a mountain, plateaus, plain, desert. So these all the reasons are there given the vegetation. There are different soils, example alluvial soil, black soil, mountain, desert type, etc. in India. So in India then different types of soils are there. This variation in soils also creates differences in vegetation. So depends on the soil that vegetation differences also we can see. The difference in temperature and humidity in cold Himalayan region and in southern peninsular region also bring variations in vegetation. And some of the temperature and humidity in cold Himalayan region and in southern peninsular region also bring the variation in the vegetation. So it's giving some kind of differences. The insulation over and place depends on its altitude and latitude. Vegetation grows faster where there is more rain and insulation. So we know that then where this vegetation or where the trees are growing. So more these are growing in the area which are getting more rain and insulation. Insulation means like a sunrise. Then thus there is a diversity in vegetation due to sunshine. Rainfall distribution in India is also unequal, which turns causes diversity in vegetation because different types. The diversity we can see in the vegetation because of rainfall distribution and also the unequal rainfall distribution. There are about 5,000 varieties of trees are there in India. So you can underline your textbook. There are 5,000 varieties of trees. You can underline your textbook. How many types of trees are in India? So 5,000 varieties of trees in India. Out of which 400 trees are useful commercial. For the commercial purpose, then 400 trees are using. Besides about 15,000 flowering plants and also 15,000 flowering plants also growing, which form about 60% of the world. So that are the some of the area we are having the varieties of trees. Non-flowering plants like fern, alag, moss, etc. are also found in our country. So non-flowering plants are there, flowering plants are there, some of the commercial purpose trees are there. So many types of trees. India is famous since ancient times for the herbal plants. About 2000 medical plants. You can underline your textbook how many? Then 2000 medical plants are described in Ayurveda. 2000 medicinal plants are described in Ayurveda. Thus it can be said that India has a diversity in vegetation. Next we will see that types of natural vegetation. Existence and growth of any vegetation depends on the climate of a region. So depends on the climate only, then the existence and growth of the vegetation can be seen. In the regions of identical climate, the vegetation C is mostly identical. If it is a good climate is there, then good vegetation also we can see. Regions of such ecological similarities are called natural vegetation region. Natural vegetation means regions of ecological similarities. It is called that a natural vegetation. On the basis of altitude, soil, rainfall and variations in temperature, the natural vegetation regions can be divided into 5 types. How the natural vegetation regions are divided in 5 types? On the basis of altitude, soil, rainfall and the variations in the trees. Then first among that, the first one is tropical rainforest. The first one is tropical rainforest. It is related to hot moisture. Then second one is tropical deciduous forest, like a slopy area. Then tropical desert vegetation, the desert area. The temperate forest and a grassland, like it will be like a pleasant climate. Then mangrove or the tidal forest. So these are the 5 types of natural vegetation regions on the basis of altitude, soil, rainfall and a different temperature. So one by one we are going to discuss about the first one is tropical rainforest. The tropical rainforest are found in hot and humid region. So you can underline your textbook. Then the tropical rainforests are found in hot and humid region where annual rainfall exceeds 200 centimeter and temperature is more than 22 degrees Celsius. So rainfall 200 centimeter, then the temperature is more than 22 degrees Celsius. Such a forest found in areas of heavy rainfall of Western Ghats, Lakshadweep, Andaman Nicobar Islands, upper region of Assam, coastal Tamil Nadu. So which are the trees we can see in the tropical rainforest? The trees found here are mahogany, ebony, rosewood, rubber. So these are the some of the examples for the tropical rainforest. So characteristics is of this forest. Trees here are about 60 meters tall. So in the tropical rainforest trees having 60 meter tall or even more. So either 60 or more than. There is more humidity due to scrubs. Scrubs means like because of water. Then there is no season like autumn. Autumn season is not there. As these trees are evergreen, the forests are also called evergreen forest because these trees are evergreen. That is why these forests are called evergreen forests. The second we will see that the tropical forest. Tropical deciduous forest. The second one is the types of forest. The second one is tropical deciduous forest. So the distribution will see that. Generally, such forests are found in the region receiving about 70 centimeter to 200 centimeter rainfall. So already we said about the tropical rainforest need 200 centimeter rain it's getting. So here 72 to 200 centimeter rainfall. Such forests are found in northeastern states, Himalayan foothills. So northeastern states and Himalayan foothill we can see that tropical deciduous forest. Then the western Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, eastern slopes of eastern Ghats, Vindhya and Satpuja ranges also we can see this type of forest. There is a large proportion of this forest in India. So we can see the more area than tropical deciduous forest. Then the trees. Which are the trees are? We can give an example of tropical deciduous forest. Major trees found here are teak, sal, sesame, sandalwood, hair or the acacia, catechu, bamboo, etc. So these are some of the example for tropical deciduous forest. Next we will see that characteristics. A major characteristics of these trees here is that the trees shed their leaves for 6 to 8 weeks during autumn season. So during autumn season it start to shed their leaves. So it will take time to 6 to 8 weeks. Every species has a different time to shed their leaves. So every tree is not shedding their leaves together. So having the separate time. So that is why every species have the different time. So all the trees are never without leaving during any particular season. So all the trees not shedding the leaves together. As these trees shed their leaves according to the season, these are also called a monsoon forest. So what is monsoon forest? Then you know that very well about this, the speciality or characteristics. The third type of forest is that thorny vegetation or the tropical desert vegetation. Then distribution. Generally, such forests are found in the region receiving less than 70 degrees Celsius centimeter of rainfall. So less than 70 centimeter. These are found in northwestern regions, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, etc. So these are the places we can see that thorny vegetation or the tropical desert vegetation. Then which are the trees? Jujube, acacia, cactus, kidjo, etc. are the common trees found here. The characteristics. The root of the trees are plant here are long, deep and widespread. So its trees that root will spread over. It will be very long, deep and widespread. Leaves are shorter which result in the lower evaporation the process because these all types of trees having the small type, the shorter type of leaves. The fourth type we will see that temperate forest and grassland, Himalayan vegetation. So vegetation on Himalaya. So we will see that in the table. The height, aerial span, forest, trees. So which are the trees? 1000 to 200 meters of Himalayans, that height we can see. The aerial span, high mountain of northeast West Bengal and a mountain area of Uttarakhand. Then the tropical forest, these type of, then trees, oak and chestnut. Then also major vegetations. Then second type of the height we can see 1500 to 3000 meter of Himalayas. Then southern slopes of Himalayas, higher area of south and northeast. So which type of coniferous forest or the evergreen forest? Which are the examples? Pine, deodar, silver, fir, spruce. The third type of height we can see 3600 meters and more. Then which are the aerial span is higher altitude in Himalaya and near snow line. So the forest are alpine and short grass. Then tundra vegetation. So which are silver, fir and juniper beech. These are the trees. A major characteristic of the coniferous forest is that the trees have conical shape. So all the type of trees having the shape of cone shape. Their branches lean towards the surface. So how it will be? Because all the leaves, plants can be seen towards the ground or the surface. So that the snow would easily slide down towards the land. That is why snow cannot be consisted there. It is going down through slide area. Trees leaves are long, pointed and sticky which can conserve humidity for long time. So that are the features of the trees, because the trees having the long, pointed and sticky, which can be conserve humidity for a long time. Then fifth one is that tidal forest or the mangrove forest. Distribution. Tidal forests are located in the delta region of river along the seacoast. The seacoast area, we can see this type of the tidal forest or in the mangrove forest. These forests are found along Gujarat coast and in the marshy lands along the Bay of Bengal coast. The marshy land and also in the Bay of Bengal coast, we can see this type of in the forest, and also then found in Gujarat. So which are the trees? Sundari and Chir trees are example for the tidal forest. Next we will see that the forest and products and their utility. With the forest, which are the products can be made? So what are the utility of that vegetation or the forest? Forests are useful to mankind in many ways. So in the many ways that these forests are very useful for the mankind. Timber, wood from teak and sal is used for furniture making. So then types of wood, for what are the purpose they are making. So timber wood from teak and sal is used for furniture. Then boats are prepared from the wood of Sundari tree or Sundarvan. So that boats are prepared from which tree? That is wood of Sundari tree. Sports goods and packing boxes are prepared from the wood of pine and trees. So pine and tree is useful for sports goods and packing boxes. Then turpentine is prepared from the liquid of tree. So you can underline, this is very important. The turpentine is prepared from the liquid of trees. Sandalwood is used to prepare the perfume oil, cosmetics, etc. Then baskets, toys, goods of home decoration, etc. are made from the bamboo tree. So what are the uses of bamboo tree? Baskets, toys, goods of home decoration items. Then forests also provide lac or the sealing wax, resin, gum, then rubber, honey, cane, etc. Amla, that Amla, Emblicum, Robalan, then Baheda, Harde, Ashwagandha, etc. hold the medicinal utility. So for the medicinal utility, these all are very important. So we'll see the table, the medicinal utility of vegetation. So which are the utility or which are the uses of this type of vegetation or the tree? Sarpagandha, that is in high blood pressure. Limbago, that is as bacterial resistance. Tulsi is useful for cold, cough and fever. Arjun Sadat, treatment for heat ailments. Billy, gas and cough impurities. Gallo, diabetics, fever, joint pain. Harde, constipation, hair diseases. Amla cures gas, acidity, digestive. So for the gas, acidity and digestive, then amla is good. Then Karanj, that skin and dental gum diseases. So these are the some of the important trees are useful for different medicinal purpose. Besides, leaf plates from kakaro leaves, catechu from kher tree, beedi from timbru leaves are also prepared. So some of the leaves also useful for some kind of the importance. So like a leaf plates, there some kind of plates are making with the leaf or from kakaro. So you can underline that also, kakaro leaves useful for leaf plates, and cashew from her trees, then beedi from timbru. Then forests provide livelihood and food for the forest dwellers. That also one other use is that it is provide the livelihood and food to forest dwellers. Those who are living in the forest, some kind of food also giving. This way forests contribute into the social and economic development of mankind. So in many ways it is very useful for social and economic development of mankind. Next we will see that the environmental importance of forest. What are the environmental importance are there for the forest? The first we will see that the environmental importance of forest is as follows. Very important one. Forests are useful to bring rain. It gives rain. Then control the atmosphere from becoming adverse. Control the atmosphere. Provide life-saving oxygen giving. Forest controls the flood. Then they absorb harmful gases like carbon dioxide. Then forests are important for they prevent the soil erosion. Forests maintain the groundwater. Forests restrict the advance in desert. Forests are useful to reduce the air pollution. Forests enhance the natural beauty. It gives some natural beauty. Then forest purifies the air purifying. And it provides the natural habitat to the wildlife. For the wild animals, it is giving the place for habitat. Then forests are ideal place for adventurous and tourism activities. Some forests are reserved with reference of national park and sanctuaries and biodiversity. So it is useful as a national park, sanctuaries and biodiversities. So next we'll see that forest conservation. Ecosystem is formed due to the irrelation of biosphere and mankind. But due to the anti-environmental activities and selfishness of man, the ecosystem is disturbed. How the ecosystem is disturbed? Due to the anti-environmental activities and selfishness of man. Man, insatiable desire to procure land is responsible for the destruction of forests. So sometimes what they are doing, the peoples are trying to disturb or destruct the forest for the selfish motive. Forests are destroyed also due to increasing populations, and also if the population is more, so they need the space or they need the area. That is why they are destroying the forest area. Policy of establishing industrial unit and also industrial unit preparation and from residential area, urbanization, multi-purpose project, construction of roads, jhum cultivation to get timber and fuel wood, forest fire, etc. So these are some of the antisocial activities and the selfishness of man doing the disturbance to the forest. Then some of the adverse effects we can see. What are the adverse effects? Adverse effects are noticed due to the forest destruction. These include decrease in rainfall, then drought, global warming, greenhouse effect, advancing desert, shelterless of wild animals. That also some of the effect is happening while destructing the forest, because the rainfall become less, the drought will going to be created, the global warming will be there, then greenhouse effect, advancing desert, shelterless of wild animals. For the animal there is no place to stay. According to the national policy of 1952, there must be forest over 33% of the total geographical area of nation. So according to the national policy, how much is needed? Around 33% of the area. Then geographical area. In India, forests are spread over how much? About 23%. So in India, how much area the forests are spread over? So it's spread over 23% area. While forests occupy only about 10% of Gujarat. Among 23% of area, 10% land is in Gujarat. So in our Gujarat. Thus, it is necessary to prevent destruction of forests, and so protection and conservation of forest is necessary. They like to know, in Gujarat, white kakaro, Google, Nilstoit, Sesame, Amli, Attar, Harde, etc. are placed in Red Data Book of IUCN, that is International Union of Conservation of Nature, on verge of extinction category. It's going to be finished. So these are the things that in the Red Data Book it is mentioned, because it is going to extinct. Then next one is remedies to conserve the forest. So what are the remedies? What are the steps we have to take to conserve the forest? In order to protect and conserve forest, the Government of India implemented a National Forest Policy in 1952. So National Forest Policy is established in which year? 1952. Then in 1980, the Parliament passed the Legislative Act So in 1980, the Parliament passed the Legislative Act. Then and in 1988, a new national policy was allowed. Then national new policy announced in the year of 1988. Then following steps should be taken to preserve the forest. So which are the steps? Forests are our nation's resource. Take it our moral duty to protect them. Because it is a nation resource, we have to take more duty or moral duty we have to give for to conserve the forest. Then tree felling should be stopped. So cutting the trees are stopped. Heavy punishment must be inflicted to those who cut the trees illegally. So without the permission, with illegal the work, if the persons are doing, then have to give some kind of punishment. Heavy punishment should be given. To increase the public participation in Van Mahotsav and social forestry, trees must be planted on either sides of wasteland, river, railway track and roads and raise them. So if it is a empty lands are there, how to plant the trees like a wasteland, river, railway track and roads. Then create awareness about environment through environmental education and school syllabus. Celebrate the environment related days. So what we are doing in our syllabus already implemented this awareness to give the people, and then it is giving, we have to celebrate the environmental related days. So which are the environmental related days are there? The 21st March, the World Forest is very important. This all the dates. So the 21st March, World Forest Day. Then the 22 April. So 22 April is for World Earth Day. Then 5th June is Environmental Day. Then July month, the Van Mahotsav Day. So month date is not fixed. The 16th September, World Ozone Day. So see, these are some of the important days to remember. Then the 5th point we'll see that to remedies to conserve the forest. Then take the precaution for to avoid forest fire, and in case of fire it must be doused immediately. So we have to avoid the forest fire. If it is happened, we have to try to stop this forest fire by pouring the water. Then use renewable energy resources such as solar energy, bioenergy, wind energy, etc. So we have to use that renewable energy in place of traditional resources like wood used to get energy. And also before what we were doing to get the energy, we were using the wood. So instead of using the wood, we have to use the solar energy, bioenergy and wind energy. The last point we'll see that explain the importance of forest to people through broadcasting media and bring public awareness about. So maximum how we can give the awareness, in that way we have to give to the people about the importance of forest through the media, and also some awareness program we can conduct. Like to know the important one, the year of 2000 was declared as World Forest Day. You can underline your textbook, World Forest Day, Forest Year. It was declared in the year of 2011 in order to bring global awareness. Social forest means to manage forest, to conserve forest and plant trees to help environment, society and rural development. So these are the important thing we have to give. So then the forest is manage the forest to help the environment, society and rural help to the conserve forest plants or the rural areas. FRI, that Forest Research Institute, FRI, Forest Research Institute, undertake that forest related research. Some kind of researches also can be done by the Forest Research Institute. So students, today's class we have discussed about what is forest or what is vegetation. Then types of vegetation we have seen that. The next one what we discussed about, we discussed about the forest products and their utility. Then what are the environment importance and how to conserve the forest. Last we have seen that remedies to conserve the forest. So these are the some of the important points we have discussed about in this class. Thank you students. Thank you for listening the class.